Are you? Who are you?
You know me, Joey.
That car, dear, it's on the wrong side of the road. Look out, it's coming straight at us. Hello! Over, Joe, look out!
Everything's all right, dear. He's gone.
Oh, word. Man must be out of his mind.
Good evening. Some fool tried to ram us head on.
He could have killed us, and himself, too.
Oh, there's a table.
Oh, thank you. Coming straight at me. I moved into the left lane, and he moved, too. And then just the last second, he was gone. I guess I'm still a little shaky.
Well, you have good reason to be. Oh, maybe a drink will help. Let me buy.
Oh, no, I couldn't let you do that.
Why get a discount? My name's Wesley Blake. I own the place.
I'm Herman Hawley, Mrs. Hawley.
Pleased to meet you. Sure you won't change your mind about the drink?
Well, a drink would help. It's very nice of you. What would you like, Ellen?
Could I have an Alexander?
You sure can. Yours?
A whiskey, straight.
Best thing in the world for shock.
Sister.
He means me. Talk to me. Pretend I'm not his sister.
He's tanked. Hey, Bunny, you in the silk dress.
Well, Bunny's better than sister. Keep talking.
I ought to clobber him. Oh, miss.
Perfect. I knew we could learn. May I help you?
You just.
Only once in a while. Something I can do for you?
Something she can do for us. What do you say? There sure is, baby. You just sit right down here with us.
I'm your hostess. I can't sit with the customers.
You were sitting with him. You'll darn well sit with us.
You just touch her again, mister. You touch her again, and I'm going to take your arm off and make you eat it.
David, go back to your table. I'll take care of this. Wes, table 5, trouble.
These are on the house. Table 1. Folks are a bit shaky. Another one of those head-on things.
Again?
Yep.
Was he wearing...
I don't know. I'll find out once I get rid of these bums. All right, boys, school's out. Let's go.
How did you know the Alexander was for me?
Well, because an Alexander is such a gentle drink, and you look like such a gentle person.
How wonderful. Did you hear that, Herm?
You're a very nice young woman. We'll drink to you.
Thank you.
Troublemakers, we try to keep the place decent.
You certainly have succeeded. That little hostess is the sweetest child I've ever met.
Marge? Yes, she's pure gold. Almost like a daughter to me. Drink help?
Sure did.
By the way, did you happen to see who was driving that other car?
Well, now that you mention it, I don't recall. You asked that question as if it would mean something to you if I had seen him.
Well, it could, and then again, probably not. It couldn't have been a black mask with white slits for eyes, could it? Like somebody had pulled a black stocking over his head?
I'm trying to remember.
Uh-oh, here comes my bad news.
It's not your bad news, David.
Well, maybe I should have said, here comes your good news, huh? I hope not. Good news is no news.
Hi, Marge. David? Boy, I need some coffee.
Nona? What's the matter, Ken?
Some idiot on 66 about ramming me head on.
Oh, coffee, Nona, if you please.
Are you having anything else?
No, thanks.
What?
How did it happen?
Well, this nut was coming right at me. I turned into the left lane. He turned too. I switched again, just barely missed him. A little paint scratcher.
Did it happen just now or a little while ago?
15 minutes, I'd say.
Well, what have you been doing since?
I was so shook, I pulled off to one side of the road, and I just sat there smoking a cigarette, calming my nerves down. Bernstein was conducting Rite of Spring on FM, so I heard it out. Well, thanks. And I never want to get that close again.
To death?
Right.
In a way, it's kind of a lucky experience for you, don't you think?
Lucky. Almost getting killed.
Well, your midterm paper in psychology is on terror, isn't it? Now you know what it's like first time.
My paper's not just on terror, David. It's on the strength of the human mind to resist terror. What it takes to unbalance a mind. Just how much fear a human being can feel before he breaks.
Oh, great. Just great. That's just what the world needs. Terror.
Look down on terror, David. You can't afford to. Terror is what the world is. To tell you the truth, it's getting more terrible every day. What other period in history saw 6 million people burned in ovens? Or an entire city vaporized in a single bomb?
Your midterm paper is going to cure that.
Don't, David.
I don't know. It might be a lousy paper. But at least it will try to pose the problem that in a world where terror is the main weapon of every country against every other country, how do we live with terror? How do we adjust to it? How do we resist it?
You got it solved?
No, I didn't say that. Someday I hope to find an answer. Someday I will.
Yes, old Bill Clark. He's county caretaker at Ghost Town. I guess they call him Crazy Bill because, well, he likes those old ruined shacks. He likes his work. I figure anybody likes his work that much has got to be crazy.
I've always felt that way about my work. That is, if I liked it, I had to be crazy.
Right.
Wholesale hardware.
I know what you mean. I used to be in vaudeville myself. B.F. Keith, Orpheum, Fanchon and Marco. Look at me now.
Uh-oh, I'm off duty.
You want to take him a show?
No, I think I'm going to drive out to Ghost Town tonight to try and find Crazy Bill.
What for?
Oh, I've been thinking all day about Joey, and there's just something I want to ask Crazy Bill.
He's nothing but a wino, Marge. He couldn't tell you the truth if he knew it. Is there any reason why you don't want to talk to Crazy Bill? Oh, no, but then there really isn't any reason why she shouldn't talk to Crazy Bill, is there? I didn't say that. Good. You aren't planning to drive out there alone, are you?
Why not?
Because too many things happen to people in your family when they're alone and it's night. So we'll go in my car. Excuse me, would you like to join us?
No, thanks.
Nothing about Ghost Town that want to make you avoid it, is there?
Yes, there is.
My best friend lost his mind out there. He turned from a man to a slobbering oyster. Do you think I like that? Do you think I even want to be reminded of something like that? Of what? That last moment before his mind snapped. Imagine myself in his place, being tested against the terror. I knew I'd have snapped sooner. I'd have snapped by the time that cement got to my hips. But Joe didn't. Cement had to get up to his throat before he'd give. How did you know the cement had to reach his throat before his mind snapped? I don't know. Actually, it was, I heard he was almost entirely buried in cement.
Don't pay any attention to him. I know how you feel, and I agree with you. Good night, Ken.
Hey, I'll talk to you later, okay?
Yeah.
I'll see you, Cap.
Well, thanks for the drink. Next time you're in Topeka, look us up. We'll reciprocate.
You bet.
Watch out for that sweet girl.
I'll do my best. Have a nice trip.
Thank you. Come, Dave. Bye now.
Where'd Marge and David go?
Ghost Town. Marge wanted to talk to Crazy Bill.
What about?
Joe, I guess.
Doesn't that make you a little nervous?
Why should it? I've told the police everything I know about Joe. They know I didn't do it, and so does Marge. Even if you don't.
I wasn't even thinking about that, Ken. You're awful touchy about Joe. I was thinking if you don't watch out, David's going to steal your girl.
Well, you let me worry about that, all right? What's wrong with me, Marge?
Well, nothing. What?
You know how I feel about you.
Yes?
I'm not like Ken, you know. I'm not a brain. But I know enough to come out of the rain and not to sit down on hot stoves.
Get to the point.
I don't like you dating Ken.
I think a little competition's good for you, David.
Look, a guy like me likes to have a girl all to himself.
Right now, I don't feel like going steady with you or Ken.
Someday you're going to have to choose between us.
I know, but let me do the choosing, okay?
But look, I'm your type of guy, Marge. I can't see what you see in him. He's not like an ordinary guy.
No, he isn't ordinary. And neither am I. And maybe that's what I see in him, David. to tell you. I'm afraid.
Of me?
Oh, of everything. Just like Ken, just like Joey was.
You won't be always.
I'm sorry, Ken. So ashamed.
Of love, Marge?
Oh, of me. Well, now that that's over, shall we try and find Crazy Bill?
Yeah. Just can't wait to get started.
Doesn't seem to be around here. Come on, let's look around.
David, what was that?
Nothing. Just the wind.
There's someone in there.
It's probably some trap. Just as scared as we are.
Wait here.
David, are you all right?
I'm fine. You stay right where you are. That floor's completely rotten. Marge! What happened?
Something touched my throat.
You sure?
It touched my face.
Well, whatever it is, it's gone now.
Who's supposed to play the funeral march? Betty Jane's ghost?
Whoever's playing it doesn't want us around here. And I don't think it's a ghost. Well, he's home. Personally, he had to pick me a house farther from the graveyard.
So would I. Take my hand again. I say that's a crime. People like that shouldn't be allowed around here.
We just reported it, dear. I'm certain that the sheriff and his men will do everything possible.
We will, Mr. Harley. You can depend on that.
I hope so. I can still see those headlights like two giant, burning eyes coming toward me.
You haven't given us much to go on, but we'll get it.
The car was on the wrong side of the road coming right at us.
And yet, according to this report, you didn't see the number on the license plates. You didn't see the color or the make of the car. You can't even tell us whether a man or a woman was driving.
The sheriff has a point, Alan.
There's a maniac loose, and it's his job to catch him. Or her.
You're right, Mrs. Hawley.
Of course I'm right. Well, dear, the taxpayers pay them to enforce the law.
My wife is very upset. It was a horrible experience. We might have been killed.
I can understand that. This has happened before. We have a few clues, but it's not the first incident of its kind.
It was probably just some kid.
Well, I don't care. He could have killed us.
Whoever it is, we'll get him. He purposely misses cars. He likes to scare people.
Yes, well, now that we've made our report, Bill, let's get going.
Oh, all right. But you will get started on this right away.
Right away.
Thank you, Sheriff.
Pleasure.
Goodbye.
Bill, you there? It's David Baker. Maybe he's asleep. The wine works that way.
He's had visitors.
You know, all of a sudden, I have a feeling that No, I won't say it.
Well, let's look around.
Bill? Bill, it's David. I've got Marge with me. Talk to you, Bill. Who's there? What do you want? Well, answer me.
Bill? Bill, it's Marge. I'm with David. Where are you?
Bill? Are you in trouble? Can't you hear us? I know you're here, Bill. I heard you. Bill? All right, Bill, come on out. It isn't funny anymore. Bill?
Bill?
too long. The murderer may still be around here.
Could it have been an accident?
No. No, he was backed into those spikes and pushed down on them. Let's get the sheriff. It's the best setup I ever saw for a murder. One old man in charge. No telephone.
There's a car coming. I think it's Ken's.
Come on. I had to sell her as a little chicken when I said I wouldn't come. So, I came. Why are you two looking like... What's the matter with you two?
We just found Crazy Bill. He's dead.
Dead? Somebody impaled him on a grave fence. Well, if you looked around, whoever did it might still be here. It's a job for the sheriff, Ken.
We're on our way to call him now.
But if the killer's still here, it'd give him a chance to get away. Yeah. Won't get far, that's for sure. You two go ahead. Call the sheriff. I think I'll stay here. Take a look around, see what I can find.
Ken, it's not your job to stay. It's too dangerous.
There's something here. I know it is. We're gonna have to meet it sometime. May as well be tonight. Well, what is it? Dear. When you two get back, I'll be waiting for you in front of the church, okay? Come on. I think I know what you're saying, huh? Guts.
No, you don't understand him at all, David. It wasn't courage that made him stay there. It's what he said it was. It was fear, terror.
Well, how can you be so sure?
Because I know him so well. I felt it myself.
It's a funny basis for liking each other.
No, it isn't funny, David. When two people are frightened, they need each other. They make each other brave.
you? Joy? Did you get out? Joy? You down there? Let me talk to you. I came to see you at the hospital, but you didn't even know me. You didn't know anybody.
How do we live with terror? Well, your midterm paper in psychology's on terror, isn't it? Now you know what it's like firsthand.
Terror is what the world is.
That's just what the world needs. Terror.
Did it happen just now or a little while ago?
You're still afraid, aren't you?
I just feel that something's closing in. I begin to see there's no sense in struggling because you don't even know what you're struggling against. So you just wait.
They never found out anything about your father, did they?
Nothing.
They never found anybody who even had a motive for killing him, did they?
He didn't even have any enemies. Nobody disliked him. He was just a very nice, ordinary man.
He was killed in back of the science building. I remember. Were Ken and Joey in college then?
Their first year. You're not trying to connect.
I'm not trying to connect anybody with anything. I'm just talking. There never was any real explanation for that car accident your mother died in, was there?
No, except it wasn't a blowout. Police said it happened against a rock while she was going over the embankment. She just drove off the road and then she was dead.
And now Joey.
But he isn't dead.
Let's suppose that somebody you may not even know has decided to separate you from everybody who loves you. Put you in a position where you were alone and helpless.
But who would?
Whether there is such a person or not, at least that's the way it's turned out. Certainly the police haven't any theory that's any better.
But why would anybody do such a thing?
To isolate you from everybody who loves you, and then to have you all to himself.
But I don't know anybody who'd want...
You don't have to know anyone. Now let's suppose a little bit more. With your father and mother and brother out of the way, who would be the next one to go?
I don't know. Ken, I suppose. Or you. Or maybe both of you.
Yeah. That's what I think. The payphone straight ahead.
Hi, how are you tonight?
Hi, Dave. Hi, Marge.
Connie, Buzz, how are you?
Why don't you sit down and make yourself at home?
Thank you. Listen, Marge wants a cup of coffee, and I've got to make a phone call, and I'll be right back. It'll be all right about Joey. I mean, they won't hurt him.
What are you talking about?
You don't know?
We just got back from Ghost Town. What are you saying?
Fine, Mr. Mulligan. I'll wait until you contact the sheriff on the radio.
You'll sure be surprised to hear that Crazy Bill is dead. Sure like the old geezer. Sheriff, this is Mulligan. Crazy Bill is dead, and
Your brother Joey escaped.
I don't believe you.
He knocked a guard over the head and got out through the laundry chute. It was on the radio. Thought you knew. Okay, Mr. Mulligan, I got it. They're going to pick up Killer Jones on the way to the cemetery.
Listen, would you tell them if they get out there before us to keep an eye out for Ken Lewis?
Stayed out there and figured if that guy was holed up in one of those shacks, he might stop him from making a getaway. Yeah, thank you. Well, the sheriff and his deputy are going to meet us at the ghost town. What's up?
Joey escaped. There's no points bulletin out for him.
Broadcast said to guard that Joey It's in bad shape.
He'll be all right. Those guards have granite heads.
But he's not the same Joey. Look what he did to the guard before he escaped.
The guard was in his way. It's natural when you're trying to escape to hit who's ever in the way.
I don't think he could be the one who...
Now, you know better than that. Joey wouldn't commit murder.
Well, we better get out there. If it is Joey, maybe I can reason with him, and maybe I can help him.
You sure you want to go back to the ghost town?
Yes.
Okay, then we go.
I'm sure they'll find him.
I hope so.
We gotta roll.
Let me out! It is you, isn't it, Joey? You're not gonna let me stay and drown, are you? You're sick! You're sick in your mind, Joey! Joey, do you hear me? They'll find me! They'll track you down! You're in enough trouble already! Let me out! Let me out! You want money? I'll give you anything you want! Don't let me drown!
Not yet, Ken. In a while, you'll die. Not yet.
I know you're in here.
I'm here, Ken. Now you'll die.
Joey? Joey? Why are you doing this, Joey? My car. Like he's the one could have taken it.
Put the rope around your neck, Ken. Hang, Ken. Hang.
No. 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 Hang. No one else gonna hang me! You'll be here
the police. You know about it, Joey. I told you about it one time. I almost hung. Remember? Clothesline? Kid's name was Charlie. It was a joke. He put the noose over my head. Then it was suddenly tight. I dangled and he laughed. I was 11 and dying and he laughed at me. My mother raced out of the house and cut me down.
Jackorbit. I guess my headlights blinded him. He didn't know which way to go.
Just like Joey.
Yeah. Yeah, Marge. Maybe just like all of us.
Can't we go any faster?
If we go any faster, we'd fly. I've got my foot to the floorboard now.
But if they catch him, a sick man like that, and he resists, would they shoot him, David?
More than likely. But then it's more than likely that Joey won't resist.
But if he's like he's been since this thing happened, he's bound to.
The human mind is strange, Marge. Even doctors can't know everything about it. Maybe Joey remembered something. Maybe just thinking about it, it caused a breach in that wall of shock. And he started thinking straight again. If that's the case, they'll be out looking for the guy who sent him to the hospital in the first place. They won't be his enemies, they'll be his friends. And if they find him, he won't resist it. He'll ask their help and try to get his man, you know.
If he's thinking straight, that is.
Yeah.
And if he's not thinking straight, he'll fight them and they'll have to kill him.
Taking a long time to call that sheriff.
We're almost there. Relax.
You're my son, but you've always been a coward.
He's my son, too, but he isn't strong. He's weak, and that makes him afraid.
He's afraid of the dark.
Only because he's so creative. He imagines things in the dark, and then they frighten him.
Because he's a coward.
No, because he's sensitive.
He should be out playing with the other kids.
He doesn't like to play with them. He'd rather read books in the house.
Because he's a coward.
He's only weak. Don't you understand? He isn't strong.
Coward, coward, coward.
Don't struggle. You'll waste your strength. Don't you know me, Ken? I'm what you said was here. Don't you remember? You said you'd have to meet me sometime. It might just as well be tonight. And you were right. Now, can't you remember my name? I'm your oldest friend, Terror.
car is gone.
Now, maybe he moved it.
Why would he?
Maybe went back to town.
I only hope he did.
Well, he's here. We'll find him.
He said he'd be at the church. He isn't here.
Maybe he's inside. He's probably up there.
And who's playing the organ? Ken? Joey?
Ken? Joey? It's us. We're back.
It isn't either one of them.
Let's take a look inside.
Shouldn't we wait for the sheriff?
You stay here. I'll go in.
No, I'll go with you. There's somebody at the organ. Sounded like
I know.
it was Ken, wasn't it?
I'm afraid so.
What are you looking at?
There's a flashlight moving in that building down at the end of the street.
Ken, are you there? I keep having the feeling that if something's happened to Ken, it may be Joey who did it.
Well, why would he want to? There's somebody here, all right.
Joey! Joey, is that you? Joey?
Who's here? Stay still. Don't make a sound. Who's there? Don't move. Still here.
I can feel it.
You hear the breathing? Keep breathing.
Like an animal.
Did you see him?
Yes.
That's our murderer. And he hasn't finished yet. He's still got something up his sleeve.
What's around? Look, David, the Bella Union.
somebody's trying to distract us.
From what?
I don't know. Maybe from Ken.
There's someone in there, all right.
Now, wait a minute.
What?
Now, let's stop right here and think. Ken screamed, right?
Yes.
Well, the same person who made Ken scream is trying to draw us away from Ken now. Now, what part of the ghost town is farthest from the Bella Union?
Cemetery.
Of course. And that's where Ken must be.
Or Joey.
Or both.
Yeah.
It's a Bob White quail.
Wait a minute. Quail won't open its yap after sunset. Came from over there, wouldn't you say?
Yes.
Then let's go this way. The dirt didn't kill him.
What did?
His own terror. Said someday he'd get the answer to it.
And you did.
Oh, yeah? When we were supposing, he said the next one would be Ken.
Or you.
We're out of this mess. You don't take one step without me. Look! Sure.
I hope it wasn't Joey. I hope to God it wasn't Joey.
Dave Baker. Yeah, looks like he ran into a good one. Get the first aid kit ready. It's all right, Dave. Sheriff Dixon. You're a little rotten. Now, you think you can make it to the car? Easy. Easy. Oh, wow. The roof caved in on me. Just sit down here. You just got a dent in your head. We'll have you fixed up in no time.
You're safe now, honey. You're safe. You're free of them now. They'll never frighten you again. You're safe, child. You understand? You're safe at last.
Ken and Bill are in the cemetery.
Check on that. Take a sniff of this.
Easy. All right. One more. Wow. I never saw so many stars in all my life.
You'll be glad to know that Joey's in custody.
He's okay.
He's getting his senses back, too. He remembers everything.
He remembers everything about that night in the cemetery.
Yeah. Seems that a friend of his sent him a message to meet him out here. Told him that Marge was in danger. Naturally, he came right away. Mother and father being dead, Marge is the only family he has left. Take one more sniff of this.
Well, get on with the story, sure.
Well, when he got out here, there was no one. He walked around, calling out the name of the person he was supposed to meet. After a while, someone called him. He started walking towards the voice and got clobbered from behind. When he came to, his hands and feet were tied, and he was being buried alive. Cement. He was dealing with a man possessed. First, he tried to reason with him. Then he started to plead with him, and after a while, he was crying out for help. When the cement reached his chin, his mind snapped like a rubber band. Mind has a way of cushioning itself against shock. It shorts out. Just like that. Joey was a lunatic.
We went down and we talked to his doctor, Marge and I. Joey didn't make sense. He didn't say nothing. Just kept repeating over and over.
Yeah, I know. He was in the hospital bed when his mind cleared. He broke out. He didn't want to wait for the law. He wanted to get even himself.
Then he went to get the guy.
He went to get the guy. When you've been tortured and tormented by someone, you can't wait to see them squirm. You want to see them suffer just like you did, only you want to do it slow. Think you can stand up?
Then he was on his way to the ghost town.
Yeah. He was on his way here. He's on his way here to get the man that did it, Wesley Blake.
Wesley Blake?
Wesley Blake, your friend Marge's boss. Wesley Blake with a black silk stocking over his head, looking down at Joey and laughing while he went out of his mind.
Joey said that?
Every word of it. You gonna be all right now?
Yeah. I'm all right. I'll be all right once we find Marge.
Oh, we'll find her. Don't you worry about that.
Nothing we can do for them. How do you feel? I feel fine, but we've got to find Marge.
Quit worrying. We'll get her. Here's a gun. You're deputized. But don't use it unless you have to.
Well, where are we going to start looking?
Well, I figure if anyone's hiding around here, it'll be up at the old mine. I was born and raised 6 miles from here, and I think I know this country better than some third-rate ventriloquist.
Ventriloquist?
Years in vaudeville. Now, you be careful with that thing.
But be careful, he may be killing her right now, Sheriff.
He's killed everyone that stood between me and Marge. It'd be kind of dumb of him to kill her now, don't you think?
And then?
And then I slugged him. And he rolled down the hill, and I brought you here so you'd be safe until the police find him.
Are you sure David's dead?
Head crushed. I'm sorry.
Then you are all I have left, aren't you, Wes?
Seems that way, Marge.
I'm so tired.
Go to sleep, honey. You're here alone with me, and you're safe, so go to sleep. over here. Oh, Marge. I remember you when you were maybe not a bit more than 10 years old. Scrawny, pretty little thing. Hadn't even begun to be a woman yet. And then, at 16, make a man's heart sing just to look at you when you were 16. And later, walking down the street with college boys and laughing. They're no good for you, Marge. They've got no respect. Never bother you again. And then, watching you grow up, how could I know that someday I'd be all you had, and you'd be all I have.
Buell and I'll cover the entrance. You climb around up there, you'll find a vent. You cover from there. And Dave, be careful. This is a sick man.
Right. I'd be holding you here like this, with your little bare feet and your dress ripped.
Please wait, you're hurting me.
I'm sorry, honey. I'll never hurt you.
Are we going to talk or go in?
We'll try talking first.
Blake! Come on out! There's only one exit. The vent's covered. So come on out. It's all over for me, Marge. I've been nice to you, little girl. But now before I die, you must be nice to me.
Please wait, no.
Be quiet or I'll choke you. My God, girl, I'm gonna die because of you. Can I have 1 minute, 1 moment, 1 instant of love? We're coming in for you, Blake. On the Blake! Listen up. You were...